Welcome back to Fenrir Canine Training, and today we're going to be answering some more of your canine related questions to hopefully help you become high level canine leaders that can raise these perfect canine companions. Welcome back. If you are new here, my name's Will. I'm a canine behaviourist and I'm the founder of FenrirCanineLeaders.com. This is my wonderful wife, Rachel. And on these videos, you guys have asked some questions over on Instagram. Rachel's got them all down. She picks some out at random, asks me, and then hopefully we can help you, whether it's to do with breed selection, training, behaviour, psychology, business, any questions, nothing's off topic. And that's exactly what we're going to delve into. So first question.
Oh, jinx.
Jinx.
First question is one that we get a lot, and that is how to introduce a second dog into your home.
So, yes, this is something that, we do see these questions a lot. When I work with clients, this is a very common thing that I work with. My first tip is always, is the original dog in the house a good canine companion? Is it well-mannered? Is it well-socialized? And does it have good obedience? If the answer to any of those questions is no, fix that issue before you bring another dog into your home. If the answer to all of those questions is yes, then you are in a wonderful situation because you have the best dog trainer in the entire world at your disposal already living with you. A good role model dog is the best tool that any dog trainer or canine leader, dog owner like yourself can utilize to have a well-mannered, obedient, well-rounded dog. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean that you don't have to do the work. You have to do all of the work still, but you'll find that the process will go much, much quicker. Now, what a lot of people struggle with, especially this day and age, as people are getting a little bit more sensitive and worry about certain things, if that's the case, you have to trust your dog and let it do its thing. Now, that will come in the form of a lot of corrections. Adult dogs communicate with young puppies and teach young puppies in two methods. Firstly, they will directly correct the bad behaviors. That can be growling, it can be barking, it can be snapping, it can even be rolling them over on the floor, grabbing them by the scruff of the neck, pinning them down on the floor. Those things happen, and you should allow your dog, if you're confident in your dog that it is a good, well-mannered, obedient, well-socialized dog, you should allow them to do those things. A lot of good dog trainers, myself included, that is exactly what Sully is a role model dog. We utilize that with the clients that we work with. That's the reason that so many dog trainers will have breeds like Labradors or Belgian Malinois or Border Collies, because young puppy dogs have a deep desire to imitate the behaviors displayed by a good role model dog. So not only will the role model dog correct bad behaviors, but just simply by being themselves, the puppies will naturally want to copy and imitate those behaviors, which, like I say, makes it so much easier for you.
Can I cut you off?
Of course, please.
So I think we have kind of discussed that in a couple of other videos as well. What about the actual meeting of the dogs? Now, I know what you're going to say, but a lot of people will worry about, should we meet on our territory or should it be neutral territory, and should we leave them alone? Or
I'm really interested in what you think. You say, I'm going to say. What do you think I'm going to say?
What he's going to say is, stop overthinking it. Don't worry about it. Just bring the new dog home. Yeah. That's what you're going to say.
Yeah, that is. Again, if you answered yes to all those questions about your dog being a good dog, then let the dog do its thing. It will welcome the dog into the home because you are a good canine leader. So if you're bringing that new dog into the pack, your current dog will accept that because you, as the leader, have made that decision to welcome a new member into our pack. If a dog has a problem with that, it's because they deem themselves the leader in your household and in your environment, and that shouldn't be the case. Again, that means that you don't have a perfect role model dog and that you need to address that before bringing the dog home. Now, like I say, we've got to the situation where we have got a good dog. Bring the puppy home. You can do it in the garden. You don't necessarily want to do it in too confined of a space just because they need that space to communicate, and you don't want a puppy to be pinned somewhere or for the adult dog to be, you use a term like forcing a dog into a corner. You don't want to do that based on our environment. So if you've got a nice garden, let them do it in the garden and have space, or wherever the biggest room is. Just move some things that put the dog down and let them deal with it. Just let it happen. You only need to interject if you seriously think that harm is coming to the puppy. If the puppy yelps or cries, it doesn't mean that any harm's coming. It can be a communicative thing like, yeah, I understand, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, I won't do it again. Just like how a growl doesn't mean I'm going to rip your head off, I'm a terrible dog, I want to kill this new puppy, how dare you bring it home. It's just how dogs communicate. And again, if you are a good leader and have formed a good structure and relationship within your home, you should be allowed to welcome another dog into that structure, and the other role model dog will very quickly take that dog under its wing and teach it how you want them to behave. And again, I just think, yeah, it's one of those things. I use the term flapping a lot. I think people worry and they flap too much about these things. If you're flapping, it's probably because you're concerned about your current dog. And if you're concerned about your current dog because there's been examples in the past where it's got into some issues with other dogs, you shouldn't be getting a new dog. That means that you failed somewhere. Again, it's tough love, because if there's ever an issue with a dog, it's not the dog's fault, it's our fault. It's whoever the leader in that dog's life's fault, and then because it's your fault, it's your responsibility to fix that issue first. Fix that issue, and then you've got a perfect dog, and then let that perfect dog work wonders with... Michelle's talked about it in her videos, hasn't she? One of our official leaders, Michelle Brazil, has a wonderful Connie Corso called Dante. She went in that situation. We've got a video on our main channel where she talks about living with a Connie Corso. They really struggled, remember, with Dante at first, going through positive only trainers that then couldn't work with the dog and then refused to work with the dog. Then they found a good balance trainer that worked with them, ended up getting Dante to a wonderful example of a Connie Corso. And then she'll say in her videos when she brought Peach into the home as a new puppy Connie Corso, that their relationship was wonderful, and it has been a blessing to watch them.
So someone has asked what our new puppy's name is.
Okay. So if you didn't know, we're getting a new English Mastiff puppy. They are due at the end of June. The birth's due. The mother's pregnant now, and touch wood, everything's going brilliantly so far. And we've got pick of the litter. And yes, we do have a name in mind, but I don't think we're going to share it here on this video.
Well, firstly, we've got a male and a female name because until they're born, we can't temperament select, so we don't know whether we're going to...
Yeah, get a male, because what I'll do is I'll hopefully, because the breeder's over in Italy, hopefully lockdown will be relaxed enough that I'll be able to go out and temperament select in person, because I've got pick of the litter, and I will temperament select the perfect breed for what we're looking for, and then whether that's a male or a female, so be it, doesn't matter. And we've got a name in mind for each, but I think we'll probably announce that at that stage. I think we'll do a really nice, cool, got a new videographer starting very soon, so we're going to be able to make some really fancy high-end videos, and we'll do a really nice kind of fancy announcement.
But we are the kind of people that like to be prepared, so we do have names. We were like that when we had the boys. We like to know what we're doing.
Yeah, cool. I'm sorry if that wasn't what you were hoping for, but yeah, it'll all be worth the wait, I promise you.
And final question for this one.
Cool, 3 questions.
3 questions. What's Will's thoughts on Boston Terriers as a breed? Would love an in-depth review on them.
Boston Terriers.
We love them.
Yeah, if I, for whatever reason, had to choose a small breed, I think we'd go Boston Terrier. I might try and push... For example, say we lived somewhere and we were renting and the landlord was like, you can only have a small dog. I might try and push it to maybe a bull terrier or a staffy, but if they were insistent on it being a small breed, I definitely would go Boston Terriers. Boston Terriers are incredible little dogs. They're awesome. They're amazing. They share a lot of like that, the looks of like bulldogs and mastiffs, that brachycephalic look, but they don't seem to struggle quite as much as a French bulldog or an English bulldog or some of the bigger mastiffs. They're lovely little athletic dogs,
families, right?
Really comical, really endearing, very lovable, good with kids, good in a family situation, trainable.
But they are terriers.
Yeah, which is a good and a bad thing. It makes them quite athletic. So if you're outdoorsy, you can take them out and do a good bit of work with them. Terriers can be a little bit hard to manage. They can be quite prey driven. Not so much with Boston Terriers. Boston Terriers are awesome. If you follow, a lot of people follow our channels because I do a lot of work and talk and videos about large, powerful garden breeds. It's what I specialise in particular Mastiffs. And a lot of people, I think, find my videos because they're interested, but then a bit like, nah, I don't think I'm in a place for a bull mastiff or a Connie Corso or an English mastiff, but I love that look. Go with a Boston Terrier. Boston Terriers are awesome. Yeah, there's a time in the future where we'll have a Boston Terrier. When I've got my farm, the Fenrir Canine Centre, and we can have 100 dogs, there'll definitely be some little Boston Terriers running around. They're awesome. Yeah, do it. Get one. As long as you can provide an excellent life and all that.
That's it for today.
Yeah. Is that it for today?
That's it.
I could do these all day. I absolutely love making these Q&A videos. I really enjoy them. I hope you guys find them useful because I want to keep these videos going. This channel, by the way, when we do get the new puppy, is going to become a combination of both. It's going to go back to what it was like when we had Mabel, following me how a canine professional would raise a new puppy, so you can follow along at home. But we're also going to maintain 1 or 2 of these Q&As so that we can help you in like personally and one-to-one.
Yeah, and all puppies have different issues, don't they? So.
Yeah. So and like I say, I love doing them. So I hope you guys do find them fun, useful, entertaining. I don't know, whatever. If you're still here, you probably did enjoy them. So like the video, subscribe. Instagram's where if you want to ask questions yourself, come and follow us on Instagram. Rachel will put up a story when she's asking questions and you can get in there and write one. She saves them all and then chooses something random to ask me. So we'll see you on the next episode of Fenrir Canine Training.